Many Muslims ask, they're like, if everything's already been written for me, and I believe in destiny, so what's the point of me then making dua? Like, there's no point of me making dua because Allah's written everything. And it's like, bro, like, why are you telling me to make dua? If my rizq is written, the exact amount of money has already been written. And now you're gonna tell me, oh no, I should go and start trying to make $1 million. What if $1 million is not written for me? And that's a very good question, man. People ask that a lot. But you know what's the answer for that? Some answers I've heard when people say, they're like, no, but it's important for you to still make dua, because when you make dua, some things only come to you, are destined to only come to you only if you made the dua. And I'm like, really? So here's the thing, right? I feel like there's a misunderstanding on this whole concept that everything has been written. Think about it. If everything has been written, that doesn't mean you're only limited to one thing. Like, who has written your everything? Allah has written your everything. Allah has written your destiny. If Allah has written your destiny, do you think Allah is only gonna allow you to have just one of destiny? If Allah is only gonna allow you to have just one of destiny, that's not Allah allowing you to do that. That's you restricting yourself and your opinion of Allah. So that's why I say drop the thinking. Most of your thinking is flawed. Most of your thinking is coming from a place of limitedness. Especially when you're thinking of Allah. When you think of Allah, it's not the same as you thinking of your own self. If you think that your mind is limited, that's on you. But don't be putting that on Allah. So when we say everything, and by the way, listen, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be hating me for saying this. I don't know why. I don't know why people hate when I say stuff like this. When everything is written, when they say everything is written, that means literally everything has been written. So that means you having 1 million has been written. You having minus million has been written. All of that has been written. It's just Allah, from His mercy, Allah has made you a Khalifa on the earth. So Allah has given you this responsibility of a choice. So you have a choice. It's like, think about it, right? That's why they say, learn how to shoot arrows. Why do you think they say learn how to shoot arrows? Because when you're shooting arrows, right, just one little change of the angle changes the entire destination. Which means one little change of just your thoughts changes the entire trajectory of your life. It changes entirely where you're going to be going in life. That's why I say, like, learn about how the brain works. Learn about how the mind works. Learn about how reality works. How does reality work? How does your whole life work? Your subconscious mind, right? Your subconscious mind gives you thoughts. These thoughts, they turn into emotions. These emotions, they turn into things you want to do. Like, you only do things based on emotions. You never do things that are not that are not based on emotions. And then the more you start doing those little things, the more that they become a habit. Habits make your life. Your life is based upon your habits. Don't ever come here and tell me, if I make $1 million right now and my habits are bad, Allah is going to start giving me $1 million somehow. And then you get mad at the fact that Allah is not giving you $1 million when your habits are bad. Habibi, like, that's why for me, by the way, I feel like everybody has also like this wrong misconception on what dua is. Understand that just by you thinking of something, you desiring something, technically you've made a dua at that point. You've made a dua. But Allah wants you to make a dua to Him. And Allah, which means Allah wants you to keep your attention only to Him. So whenever you're having these desires, keep your attention only to Allah. Because by you keeping your attention to Allah, then that's it. You're keeping your attention on the unlimited, on the infinite. And then as a result, your du'as becomes easy. They become easy to receive because now you're expanded. Why you're expanded? Because you have your attention on Allah. And that's why Allah says, like inshirah as-sadr, expansion of the heart, only comes through Islam, only comes through surrender. Surrender to who? Surrender to Allah. So that's the thing. When you're making dua right now, like let's just say you're in school and you're making a dua and you're like, Allah, please help me graduate my school and blah, blah, blah. And you're just making the dua out of hope. And you're thinking that some external thing is going to come and then fix your dua. That's not what you do, Habibi. That's not what you do. And I feel like that's honestly like an insult. Because you're not understanding the reality. So what you're supposed to be doing, Habibi, what you're supposed to be doing is, first of all, when you are making the dua, you want to make the dua in a way where, first of all, like you've already believed it. So when you make the dua and you're like, Allah, please help me graduate school. Now you've already believed it. Like now you believe that you're going to be graduating school no matter what. So now walk around like you've already graduated school. Walk around like you assume that this whole thing is done. Now, the reason why that is because now when you walk around assuming that it's been done, what's going to happen is that you'll start to receive the same type of thoughts as the person that's already like an A+ type of person. Which means, again, the emotion that you'll have is that I'm already a smart person that gets A's easily. Which means the type of habits you'll do are that of an A+ person. Which means you'll be studying a lot more. You'll be learning about more. You'll be focused a lot more because you have that in you. You have that in you. The only reason why you don't have it in you right now, or you don't see it outside right now, is because you're acting from a point of view, from a POV of that of a person that does not graduate school. And that's why when you keep making dua, like, Allah, please help me graduate school because I'm not going to graduate. Allah, please help me do it because I feel like it's not going to happen. Then again, like, the dua has been answered actually, Habibi. The dua has been answered. Because your dua in that state is, I'm the type of person that does not graduate school. I'm the type of person that gets D's all the time, F's all the time. So that's exactly what you'll be getting. Allah says, I am what my servant thinks of me. So because you think that Allah is going to be making that, putting that in your life, that's exactly what you'll be getting. But now if you believe, like if you made the dua and then you started believing that it's been done, you are the type of person that has A+, and then you walk around like you already have A+. The habits, the actions, the thoughts, the beliefs, everything is going to start matching that of a person that has an A+. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then as a result, like you'll start doing everything of that of an A+ person. By the way, this happened to me, man. Back then, when I was in grade 12, right? My average grade was 60, which is horrible. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get into a good university, man. What the heck? And so my dad, mid-semester, my dad came to me, and by the way, I never even knew what university meant, man. All I wanted to do was just do YouTube, which is so funny. So my dad came to me, he was like, Muhammad, what the heck are you doing, bro? I swear to God, if you don't graduate, if you don't go to a good school, I came to Canada and I placed you in this place so you can get a good job, a good school, good degree, and then you're not even gonna do it. Like, I swear to God, I'm gonna not talk to you for a long time. I'm like, hold on a minute, Baba, just wait. I never even knew I was supposed to do such stuff. So then I realized, I'm like, wait, what am I saying, bro? How am I getting such grades? I was getting such grades because I didn't care about it. Like I'm like, I don't really care about grades. Like, I know it's good to have good grades, but I don't really care about it. Plus, I don't even think I'm that smart anyway because English is my second language and blah, blah, blah. But then all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, what the heck? I'm like, Allah, please, can you help me start to get better grades? So then I'm like, something happened within me. Something happened where Allah started making me believe that I'm already that type of person. You know why? Because I already had proof that I'm very smart. Because back then, when I was in Oman, I was the smartest kid in class. So I'm like, I already know I'm very smart. So why am I acting dumb all of a sudden? Then I started getting in touch back again with this part of me that's actually smart. So then I started believing that I am smart once again. And what started happening is that, Habibi, I would stay up at night doing work. I would stay up at night learning. Like, literally, bro, I stayed up at night learning more chemistry. Stay up at night learning more biology. And what's so funny is that it felt effortless. For the first time, I'm like, studying felt effortless, which was insane. And so then I would do all these things. I would even, for example, like I would start asking more questions to my teacher, to the point that my teacher was like, I swear, I already knew who the smartest kids in class were. All of a sudden, this kid started becoming smart, to the point we used to play Kahoot in class in chemistry, and I used to always be number one. And she was like, this is so weird. Like, all of a sudden, Muhammad started becoming number one. What the heck? And so she started liking me more because she was like, this kid, like something, like he had like a switch opening into him. And then what happened is that eventually, and you know what's so funny, bro, is that as soon as I had the switch in me, like the next week, I would see my mark, it would not be 100, I'd be sad. And I'm like, my dad would look at me too, he's like, Muhammad, you used to get 60, bro. I'm like, no, but Bob, I was supposed to get 100. And I would literally be sad. I would get a 90 and I'd be sad. I'm like, it's not 100, I'm sad. And then what happened, Habibi, what happened? At the end of the semester, mid-semester, like I got my midterm report, the average was 60. Mid-semester was 85. Mid-semester, 85. And I'm like, I felt sad because I'm like, that's so bad, bro, 85. Looking back at it now, I'm like, bro, I went from complete dum-dum to now 85. Like, what? And the only reason that happened is because of that. I made the dua, right, to Allah. I'm like, Allah, please help me change the situation. What happened? I started literally believing that I'm the type of person that gets A's easily. And I started doing everything effortlessly, literally effortlessly doing everything that requires of me achieving that A. And that's the thing. You'll know when Allah is responding to your dua when the actions that you do feels effortless. And that's the thing, Habibi. That's the thing. Now, apply that same mentality to everything else because you're asking from the same source, from the same creator. So for example, if you want to have $1 million a month, ask Allah, Allah, please help me make $1 million a month. And now walk around like you are the type of person that makes $1 million a month. What you'll notice is that the beliefs you'll have are that of $1 million per month person. The actions you'll do is that of $1 billion person. Something in my nose. Do you see what I mean? And then, just naturally, that's what's going to start happening. But you guys believe that when you make dua for Allah, please help me graduate school, that an angel is going to come down from the sky and will give you, here's your final term report of that of an 85%. Habibi. Because you're forgetting that you are the vessel. That's what most people forget. You forget that you are the vessel, which means you're the vessel that receives divine inspiration. You're the vessel that receives divine insight. But you somehow forgot that. What made you forget that? You know what made you forget that? They started making you believe that the heart is just a pump. They started making you believe that the mind is just this thing that you use to think. They started to make you believe that all these organs or the breath is just you're breathing in oxygen, taking out carbon dioxide. They started making you believe all these dumb stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to see if there's someone there. Yeah, they started making you believe all these stupid stuff. When in reality, your heart is not just a pump. Your heart is a magnet. It's an electromagnetic, it's literally a magnet. And it has electromagnetic field. So it attracts things towards it. Your mind is a receiver. It receives things. Tune your mind to a different frequency, you'll receive a different station. Your breath, you're not just breathing in oxygen. You're breathing from the divine mercy of Allah. They made you forget about all of that. They made you believe that you were just this limited being that only has these limited capabilities because your body is this limited capability that is within space and time, which is so stupid, bro. It's so stupid. And that's insane, man. Even just me, I started realizing this as I'm talking about it. It's actually so stupid. You're infinite, man. And don't start hating in the comments when I say you're infinite, because you truly are infinite. Why are you infinite? Because you are connected directly to Allah. If you're connected directly to Allah, that means that the inspiration that you will receive from Allah, the inspiration just by itself is infinite. Just by itself is infinite. And if you're acting upon this inspiration, you're acting upon infinity. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how powerful all of this stuff is, man? Very powerful. And this is why, make dua, but make it in this way. And then, inshallah, when you start making it more in this way, you'll notice more and more and more of your du'as are going to be answered. Because that's what Allah wants from you. Allah says, call upon me in the correct way. Call upon me and I'll answer. And I answer all the time, by the way, all the time. The only reason why you don't realize that Allah is answering is because your awareness is low. That's why your awareness is low. But I'm hoping this was helpful. If it was, man, just let me know.